This session is being recorded and you will receive a copy of the recording and a follow-up email. We do want to stay timely, so if we don't get to your questions, we'll also answer those in a follow-up email. Thanks again for joining, and Terri-Ann, take it away.
Hello, thank you, Trisha. Hello, everybody. As what Trisha has mentioned, my name is Terri-Ann de la Cruz. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are. Today, I'm very happy to tell you about Ultimaker Cura and the Digital Factory. And my colleague Dylan, who's currently in California, is going to help me with the demo. So let's start. What are we going to talk about today? So before we go with the demo, I would like to give you a brief background of what Ultimaker Digital Factory is and why is it going to be useful for you. Especially now at this time of the pandemic, your printers may be far away from you and you want to send print jobs to them. So that's one of the usefulness of it. And then we're going to do a demo. I'm going to show you how you can share printers with other people and how you can start remote printing with Ultimaker Cura. If you already have an account, or if you don't, you could actually try this together with me, because creating an account is free with Ultimaker Digital Factory. And you will be able to use the features that I will show you in this demo as well. So check it out and then ask questions if you have in our chat. Before I go through the features of the Ultimaker Digital Factory, I would like to take you through the vision that we have in Ultimaker. So what we want to happen is we want to accelerate the world's transition towards digital distribution and local manufacturing. So traditionally in manufacturing, right now, everything is mass produced in a central location, in a factory. And when you have a machine and a part of it breaks, you have to order for that part, and then you have to wait for a few days or weeks, depending on where it's coming from, before you get that part to replace your broken part. But what we want to happen is we want to make it digital. So instead of having your part shipped to you physically, you're gonna get a digital part, and then you're gonna print it at the place where you need it, at a time when you actually need it, and in a way that you need it. And that's where we want to go. And that's why we have the Ultimaker Digital Factory. So Ultimaker Digital Factory is cloud-based. It is online, and you will be able to add your Ultimaker 3D printers in it. You will be able to create a team, which is made up of different people that you choose, of course, and you will be able to send your print jobs to it, and you can monitor it remotely wherever you are. And it's on your browser, and it does not need an app to be installed on your phone, so you could also use it on your mobile phone so that you could see the status of your print jobs. And because of this, you will be able to deliver a scalable 3D printing workflow, and it will drive the innovation across your network. I would go through very briefly of the features that we have in the Digital Factory, and then after that, we're going to go through a demo. So one of the first features that I would like to show you is the remote 3D printing workflow. So as I've mentioned, wherever you are, you can send your print jobs to your Ultimaker printers. And then you can see what's going on, even if you're far away. So you can control it, and you can access them remotely. So in the image on the right side, you will see that my colleague Jeremy Avers has sent this print job print core holder. And you will see an image, and you also get to see details of that printer, of that print job also. So it has blocked off PLA, and on the extruder 2, it's empty. And then it will also tell you, hey, this print jobs is going to take 1 hour and 38 minutes, and you will get information when should I expect for this print job to finish. You will also see a live camera view. So if people here are familiar with the old Ultimaker Connect, so that it's a feature that we had locally. So if your printer is connected to the network, you will also be able to see what's going on, something like this. And the camera was available. And now that camera is also available in the Ultimaker Digital Factory via cloud. So you could also see what's going on in your printer wherever you are. And next feature that I would like to tell you about is a print queue and print job history. So if if you have several print jobs that you want to send to the printer, they will be in a queue. And as soon as the print job has finished and the printer becomes available, then it's going to pick up the next job in the queue. It will only pick up the jobs if the configuration matches. So this means that if the material and the print core of the G code matches what is currently on the printer, then the printer will pick it up and start printing. And because of this queue, you can drag and drop the print jobs that are currently waiting, so you can reprioritize the batch production. And you can also duplicate the print jobs. So if you want to print something, instead of sending it 10 times or 20 times, you could duplicate it, and then it will appear several times, and it's going to be printed 20 times. And if you have print jobs that were printed in the past, we also have the recent history. So you could reprint jobs from a long time ago, actually 10 jobs. And then you don't need to slice it in Cura. You could just click reprint, and then it will be printed again on the printer. There are also some minor features like identifying your printer. So this identifying printer, I'm going to show it later. You will see it on the webcam of Dylan. And renaming the printer as well and disabling it. So disable means if you are doing some maintenance on the printer, like you want to change the material or you want to clear the build plate, then you can temporarily disable the printer so that it won't accept new print jobs. And there's also a wizard that we've added. So not a magical wizard, but a wizard that will make your life easier when you're adding printers. I will actually show you how this is done. We have to select a printer, and then we have to go on the printer, get a code, and then the printer will be added easily. So without further ado, I would like to invite my colleague Dylan for this demo. So I am currently in Eindhoven, in the Netherlands, and my colleague Dylan, so he's turned on his webcam. I hope you see him. So in Dylan's webcam, you see 3 Ultimaker Pro bundles. And look at all the materials in the Pro bundles. Okay, so Dylan is in California, and what we're going to do is we're going to do remote printing. I'm going to access the printers that Dylan has. I'm going to share my own printers with him. So I have an S5 here, and I have an Ultimaker 3. And then I will send the print job, and we're going to see if it ends in that. Well, I'm pointing to his printer. Okay. So I'm going to get out of my PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to open my browser. So what you see right now in my browser is I'm currently logged in to the Ultimaker Digital Factory. You will know that you're logged in because I have this managed account. And once you log in, you will get this view. We have printers. This tells me these are the printers that I have in my account. They can be my own, or they can be the printers that were shared to me. And we have the teams. And teams is the group that is made up of different members who I choose to share printers with. And organization is a feature that we have if you are an Ultimaker Essential subscriber. It's targeted for enterprise customers. But for today, for this demo, we're going to focus on the teams and the printers because these are the things that you could already do right now where you are. I will go first with the teams. So Dylan has already created his own team. It's called Ultimaker California. And in this team is in here, myself, and another colleague named Mike. And this team is what we are going to use. It's what the Digital Factory uses in order to know to whom are we going to share the printers with. So Dylan has shared his printers, Guilfoyle, Dinesh, and Erlich Bachman from Silicon Valley. And it's currently shared to the team called Ultimaker California. I have my own printer, Eindhoven UM3. It's right here. And I'm going to show you how all of this was accomplished by Dylan. So first, I'm going to add my printer. The printer that I want to add is an Ultimaker S5. So I'm going to select this. And while you're reading the message, I am going to do what the printer is telling me to do, which is to get a code. So I'm going to the Ultimaker Digital Factory, and then I'm going to enter the code. Connect. 0304. Okay, so now I've added my S5 printer. It's called Eindhoven. It's so original. Eindhoven UM3 and Eindhoven. So these are my printers right now. And what I want to happen is I want to share them to Dylan. But first, say we don't have the California team yet. I want to create my own team. I want to call it Holland because I'm in the Netherlands. What I want to do is I want to share this to Dylan. So I will enter his name, George at ultimaker.com. And now my invitation has been sent. In the background, Dylan is going to receive an email from me saying that, hey, Terry has invited you to the Holland team. And if he accepts this invite, he will be logged in and then he will see the team. And then, since I don't have any printers shared yet, he won't see anything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the printers. So I will share my S5 to the Holland team. And I'm also going to share the Ultimaker UM3 to the Holland team. Yep. So now these two printers are shared to this Holland team, and these other three printers are shared to Ultimaker California. What can we do now that the printers are shared with us? Let's just go back to teams. Oh yeah, so now Dylan has accepted my invite, and I see him in this team. What can we do with the printers that are shared with us and the printers that are in the Ultimaker Digital Factory? So let me see. Let's see. So there are three printers. Let's take a look at Dinesh. So what I did was I went to this icon of the printer. I clicked on it, and it will give me more details of what it's actually doing right now. So it tells me that this ring gear is currently printing. This is the user who initiated the print. It has peripherals. It has an air manager and a material station. And this is the current material that is in it. It will finish in 17 minutes. We want to try to identify the printer. So I clicked on identify the printer. So if you click identify, you will see on the webcam that it blinks. So this is useful if you have a print farm. So say that you have a print farm and you have a lot of printers and you want to identify them. You could use this feature to do that. Then we also have the webcam here, which will show us the camera view. And we also have the recent history. So I will see all of the things that Dylan has printed. If he has printed with USB, it will also appear here. And what happened there, it was aborted or it was finished 5 hours ago, and then I can reprint it too. If I want to duplicate this, I can duplicate this print job. So say I want it 8 times, then it will appear in our waiting queue 8 times. While we are waiting for that to happen, I would also like to show you the remote printing. So how does it happen? I'm going to open Cura. Actually, I have it open, so I'm just going to switch to it. So now I have Cura open. And this is the regular view that Cura users are probably used to. You have your printer, it's added locally, it's not connected to anything. So what I'm going to do, so I only have one printer here. I'm going to sign in. Surprise, there's a sign in button here. I'm going to sign in, and it will take me to the login page, but it remembered my previous login, so now it tells me that I'm currently logged in. If I go back to Cura, Cura automatically detects that there are printers currently in my account. What Cura does is once you're logged in, it checks for printers, it checks materials, it checks for plugins, and then it will automatically sync it. By syncing it, it means that it will add the printers in Cura, so I don't need to do it manually anymore. So in this case, these 5 printers are currently in my account, and as you can see, they have been added automatically in Cura. So I'm going to send a printer to one of the printers that is currently not doing anything. I think that's Erlich Bachmann. Yes, so that's Erlich Bachmann. Let me just check Dinesh, what's going on with him. So if you remember, we duplicated a print job a few minutes ago. And now there's like, 8 print jobs that are currently waiting here. So that was good. Which printer was it again? Erlich Bachmann. So Erlich Bachmann is currently free. And what we're going to do is we're going to send a print job to this printer. And I would like to know what materials are currently in it. If there is a material station, it will tell me all the possible combinations that is available. And it looks like Dylan has a Clariant. It's a third-party material that you can download from the marketplace. But I just want to print with blue TPU. So yeah, so we're just gonna do that. And I'm gonna look for a model. And I'm going to print the very famous Ultimaker Y coupler that is designed by Mr. Jeremy Avers, who you also know from one of the application engineers. Yeah, so now that we're slicing, and once it's finished slicing, you will see a button that says print via cloud. Previously, before we had all these cloud features, you only see save to file or save to removable drive, because I have a USB drive right now, or print via network. But now with the cloud printers available, and it's a bit small, but if you look closer, the blue icon actually has a cloud in it. And I'm going to send that now to the printer. And so I click print via cloud, and then this print job is going to go to Dylan's Ehrlich Bachmann printer, and then it will wait to start printing. So let's check out what's going on with Ehrlich Bachmann. And while we are waiting for this, oh yeah, it was too quick. Wanted to say something. So now it's currently waiting, and the printer will check, okay, am I available? Does the material on the print job, does it match what I have? And if it does, then it will pick it up and it will start printing. As we see right now. Oh, actually, if you look at Dylan's webcam, the printer in the middle, Ehrlich Bachmann, has already started printing. So yeah, so now our remote print job has been done. Thank you so much for your help, Dylan. And I hope that this was quite informative for you. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and then I will try my best to answer them. Thank you, Dylan. So Trisha, I will hand over to you.
Great, thanks, Terri-Ann. A few questions did come through. The first one is, how can I make sure that the printers are shared only with the right users?
Okay, so this is a really good question. So like what I showed earlier, you have the ability to create teams in the Ultimaker Digital Factory. So team is is a team. It's made up of people, and so that you can be sure who you can share this with, you have to you just have to invite them in this team. So input their email address, and then they will receive it. You can check who accesses the resources, because you will see which team the printers are shared with, and then you can see which users are currently inside the teams. Just a note, if you have Ultimaker Essentials, you have additional security, which is in the form of organization. So organization is managed by a central admin, a central administrator, and they can control who are the people to add in this organization. And once the members are added in the organization, the only people that you can add in the team are the people from the same organization, and you cannot add anyone else. So that's additional security for Ultimaker Essential subscribers. But in that case, just make sure that you share it to the people that you trust the printers to. Good question. Thanks, Trisha.
Perfect. The next question. Can I see other details or status of my printer once it's in the digital factory?
Yes. I don't know if you noticed, so other details in our printer. So I'm going to take a look at a printer that I know has peripheral. So if you have an air manager, so aside from the configuration of the materials in the print core and the printer type, which I'm pointing at right now, you will also see an air manager, and it tells you that you need to, this is the current state of the filter quality, and this is the usage. And if you have a material station, it will also tell you how much material is currently in there and if there is a problem. So in this case, in print core 2, this isn't a warning because PVA is not compatible with AA. It can break your print core. So Dylan, why do you have this? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so it tells you more information of what materials are there, and if it's not compatible, it will give you a warning. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's it.
The last question that came in, can I prevent a member from aborting a print job but still allowing them to see what's printing?
No. If you share a printer to a whole team, all of the people in that team, they will be able to use the full functionality of everything that is in this printer. So they will have access to everything in it. That's it.
Great. Thank you, Terri-Ann. And thank you, Dylan George. And
Yes.
thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, enjoy the rest of your day and look at our website to look for other webinars that were recorded in the past and upcoming webinars.